Welcome family, welcome back to another exciting video. Thank you very much for clicking to watch this video. I know you'll enjoy the video. Please like, comment, and then share. Don't forget to subscribe. Alright, so this episode we want to share experiences, we want to learn something from people who are students and then they are now business owners or business leaders. So my name is Albert and then I'm here with...
My name is Samson. Samson can afford. And it's a pleasure to be here.
All right, so there's going to be a short conversation with Samson can afford. All right, so Samson, I don't want to introduce him to you. I mean, through the discussion and the conversation, you'll get to know Samson the more. All right, so Samson, good afternoon again.
Good afternoon once again. I hope you are fine.
By the grace of God, everything is fine. All right, so the conversation is going to be centered on you as a person. Okay. You want to learn from how you migrated from being a student leader to a business owner, and then having been traveled to about 4 or 5 countries. We'll talk about all those stuff.
Okay.
Yes, to encourage someone there, probably who wants to finish school and then get to do something on your own. Yes, so that's what we'll talk about. So just straight to the point. Okay. So just with a little introduction, we want to know who you are, Samson.
Okay. My name once again is Samson. The surname is actually Afford, but we like keeping it short as Afford since it is more friendly and more pronounceable. We the number 9s tend to have surnames that are quite huge. Alright, so just like you said, I was formerly a student leader, external affairs commissioner for GIGSLC, and through that we have progressed through partnership and through some friends that we have made, and we've been able to create what is now EduConcepts International. EduConcepts International is basically an educational travel consultancy. We have services that are directly related to students to assist them, improve them, and ensure that students don't just go through the academic curriculum. They are refined and they are exposed to the world out there so that by the time they come out, they are already used to the system. They are already used to what the world is about. They are able to find their feet quickly and progress from there. So basically, that's a short introduction about myself. I'm an easygoing person, and I like to have fun and work as well.
So let's understand something over here. You mentioned that you've been a student leader before, and now you are a business owner. You're a partner of a business. Yeah. You're running your own business now. Yeah. So let's understand the migration. Tell us more about when you were a student leader, some of the experiences, and then now we'll talk about your life as a businessman or as an entrepreneur.
Okay. Being a student leader gives
so
you...
Let's start from probably senior high school, and then transition into the university, and then we'll continue from there.
Okay. I think I'll go a step back and start from growing up.
All right. So
growing up, I was kind of a very quiet individual. Most people felt that I am the kind that do not speak a lot. And I want to start from there because that shapes your perception, that shapes how society sees you. But when you have the opportunity to go to senior high school, you make friends and you are put through a system that does not have supervision. You are basically on your own most of the time. You can take some decisions. It's not as flexible as the university system, but there is a bit of flexibility. So you kind of have a certain freedom, and then you see that at a point in time, for me, I began to evolve, to change as somebody who could relate with others, could speak a lot when I have something to say, could partake in activities that formerly growing up I would not partake in. You will not find me doing certain things with people. So that senior high school system, Winneba Senior High School, helped
shout outs to what Winneba High School.
Winnisec.
Yes. Shout outs to Vivia Winnisec. Yes. Kindly drop a comment. Let's know you're also from Winnisec.
Exactly. So that system helped shape my perception.
But what program did you read?
General Arts. Interestingly, I did French, music, literature, CRS, and then one other program, I forgot.
So then let's move from senior high school.
Yes. So that system changed me from being very quiet to being kind of vocal and active. So when I got into the university, I was able to participate in politics, student politics at the time.
So now let's take it step by step. So now we've moved from Winneba Senior High School. We are now at the university level. So let's know the university.
Ghana Institute of Journalism.
Oh, okay. The nation's premier communication institute. Okay, that's very nice. So, what program did you read?
Yes.
GIJ.
So GIJ runs the communication studies program. You have the option of specializing in public relations or journalism. So I decided to specialize in public relations.
Okay. Any special reason?
I felt at the time, that a lot of people were moving towards journalism.
Okay.
And my granddad then was formerly with Ghana Broadcasting Corporation. Okay. So he advised that let's switch it a bit, let's try public relations and see what comes out.
Okay.
But all that, when I settled into the system, I was more turned to journalism. Okay. I was more inspired by radio. So I was moving towards journalism, even though the main course was public relations. Okay.
So you read public relations in school and you did a bit of journalism.
Yes.
You never studied any course in business, right? Entrepreneurship, business.
No. You have those semester courses like entrepreneurship, business law.
But you've not taken any masters in business administration or business management or anything.
No.
It was just the communication.
Yes.
Okay. So let's move from the communication.
Okay. So just like I was saying, the system had changed me at the time. So when I got to GIG, I was able to participate more in student-related activities. You gain some grounds, and then you want to test yourself and see if you can, stand for a position. Okay. So you know what is involved. You have to campaign, you have to talk to people, and all that. If that senior high school system had not come to play, I would not be able to talk to people.
Okay. Yeah.
I would not be able to speak my mind and participate in stuff.
Yeah.
You see. So it's very, very important for me to highlight that fact that there was a transition, and that is what led to student politics and student leadership.
Yeah.
Now, student leadership played a very significant role. Sorry about that. For the first time, you have to take decisions on behalf of people.
Yeah.
And you see that you are given what is no longer freedom but power. You have people that are technically working for you as you would have in business.
Yeah.
So how to manage your workforce, how to manage the power that you have been given, because any decision you take is relevant. It has direct influence on the people. It's their money technically that you are sitting on. Okay. So the portfolio really shaped my mind again as to how to manage people. That translates into the business today, or my entrepreneur cycle today.
Okay, so you went into GIJ, you studied public relations, communication studies, right?
Yeah.
And then you, at a particular level, you got into student politics or student leadership.
Yes.
And then your mind changed from just the PR world to how to manage people, how to convince people, and how to get people on your side.
Yes.
So that was the birth of your entrepreneur idea.
Exactly.
So you didn't really need to study business, or you need to understudy your granddad or a friend who was doing business, but your capacity as a leader, managing people, birthed the idea of entrepreneurship.
Yes.
Wow,
yes.
that's an interesting story.
Yes. So the running the office as external affairs
was it because you were handling money?
Yeah.
So people's money, let's try and do something with the money. So instead of channeling the money into helping students and then sorting out students' needs, you rather used the SRC money to do business?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. You see, putting together programs to offer benefits to students, it's your mandate as a leader. You have to take decisions on their behalf. You have to introduce initiatives that will benefit them. That is the same as introducing products and services. It is going to be patronized by people. You still have to put it in the interest of your customers. So I'm trying to relate the office to running a business. But one thing I have to highlight is that all throughout my life, I felt that I've had that inner ability to venture into business, even though it is like a hidden aspect. There are times in primary where I used to sell stuff, toffees and stuff. You have SHS who were organizing buses to bus students home, a friend and I, on vacations. Instead of going home, we bus everybody home before we go. But the turning point was
when. So let's pick something over here. So in senior high school, you were busing people home before you go home yourself.
Yeah.
And now you are flying people. Okay, you see the connection here?
Yes,
so at the beginning it was at the beginning it was busing people, but now you are flying people.
We are flying people.
That's very interesting. So let's continue.
Yes. So the transition from that to having a business itself is having the freedom or having power. Yeah. That will be what I will call like the testing stages. That is where you know how to work with people, employ people, someone to manage those type of things. So that was also a very, very significant aspect in my journey. And that also, you know the story, that also led to meeting some external people where you build a connection that today you will use for business. My business partner, for instance, we met. Normally when I say partner, people think otherwise.
No, business partner.
My business partner now, then was a colleague in another institution who was also handling an office, who was also an elected official. So we met through the SRC stuff, and then the friendship was generated, and through that, you see that we now come together to set up a business.
Okay. So before we move into the business, what they are doing now or what he is doing now, let's take a short breather. We'll be right back. Stay tuned. Please don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much. So welcome back from the breather. I know most of you were asking yourself, what is in front of me? Yeah, there's the Burj Khalifa.
A model of it.
The model of the Burj Khalifa. We'll talk about that one later. All right, so let it be here. Those who have not traveled to Dubai, you can draw inspiration from this Burj Khalifa. Anyways, thank you very much for coming back to watch the video. I hope the breather was just short. Yes, so we want to zoom into the business life now. We've moved from the senior high school, we've moved from university. Now we want to talk about Samson as a business leader. What is in for his business, what is he doing, and what does the future hold for Samson? All right, so Samson, let's now zoom into business partner of EduConcepts. We want to know, how did the EduConcepts idea came about? And first of all, how did you choose the name EduConcepts? What are you doing at EduConcepts?
Okay, so we begin with how we came about the name.
Yeah.
Okay, so actually when we set off, we didn't have in mind that we'll call it EduConcepts.
Oh, okay.
You know, we had a totally different names altogether. We had EduTours International, we had Edu things, you know, but
why the Edu? The phrase or?
Yeah, we wanted to be centered around students.
Oh, okay.
Yes, we have passion for student assistance.
Okay. So let me chip in that this is the best travel agency you can travel with as a student.
Exactly.
So if you're a student out there, the link, the link to their Instagram page is in the description. I'll leave Samson's number in the description button. Check it out, call them, and then book for your travels. I'll show you the best and the safest. No fraud. All right, so let's
not at all. Yes. So we had other names in mind, but we wanted to have the Edu there so that you have the link with education. But in the registration process, when you submit names, some of them are taken off, they are bounced because other people have registered it already. So it just occurred as a suggestion that let's try the EduConcepts and see. Okay. So in the process of registering the business, the EduConcepts came up. And let me say that all things work together for your good in the end, because the concept helps you to do other things that are not related to tourism alone. So you are able to expand.
Okay. So EduConcepts is not just about tourism?
Yes.
Okay, so what do you do aside tourism?
We have our office set up. Our current office is at the UPSA hostel, on the first floor.
So we are shooting the video at their office. You see how nice the office is? So UPSA first floor, room 149. You can locate EduConcepts here.
Yes.
So what are some of the services?
Yes, so because we are located there, we have services for students in that area. You have printing services, you have souvenirs, you have generally anything related to printing, project work, printing, and everything that they would need as students. Then we have also set up, beginning this year, we have set up a business center that runs, monetary transactions for students. They are able to withdraw and send money and receive, all at EduConcepts 149. And then we have, of course, the travel for them, both local and then the outbound ones, the international trips.
I'm really interested in the travels. Can you please tell us how you started with the traveling? I mean, your first time experience moving out of Ghana, probably moving out of Accra to someone's land. How was the experience like?
Yes, I mean, it's a magical experience. Travel. I mean, you agree with me more that travel is something that, as a student at the time and as a young individual, is something you have to experience. My business partner now we met in the early stages of the trip and had conversations as to how we'll be able to come together and do something for our students then, because that time we were all political leaders, student political leaders. So we ran the program, the South Africa Educational Talk Program. That was the first trip. That was the first trip. That took students to South Africa. Yes. So then we had to contract and work with people. We weren't fully set up on our own.
So even before the EduConcepts company got registered, you had already had your first travel experience.
Yes.
Yes.
We had a taste of what it takes to send people and students.
So sometimes you need to taste before you enjoy. It doesn't mean the other way. Don't be tasting.
You have to taste before, because there may be some elements in
the way you were. Let's not talk about that. That's not the focus of this discussion. Let's continue.
So once we had that, things didn't really work. There were a lot of issues because there were a lot of third parties involved. We didn't really have control over the trip. So there we felt that no, when we come back to Ghana, we should have our own thing. Because we have the capacity to deliver it. So because of the third parties and all that, it made the prices very high. The prices skyrocketed, and that is where you wanted to do cheap. You didn't chip in the fact that your tours are very economical. We have the best prices for the market, basically because we believe that a young individual must be able to travel. Travel is expensive, but it must not be for you. There are things that could work for you, the destination, the numbers and all that. So we are very, very diligent in prices. We are price conscious. We make sure that we give you the best at a reasonable price. Yes. So the third parties brought up issues. And also the first time doing something and you not having full control of it, technically brings up challenges. So there were a lot of issues with that. But then when we came back, we sat as a team, we worked together for over 8 months on our next package. So that was a fully run EduConcepts package, a package that can officially be called EduConcepts Maiden package. That was to Dubai. Yes, we had a very high turnout, 63 if I'm not mistaken.
Wow, so you managed 63 students out of Ghana to Dubai.
Yes.
Kudos. Let's give some kudos.
Some of them were not students actually. Good price attracts a lot of people. So we had non-students amongst us, but majority were students. We had people from University of Ghana, GIJ, UPSA, and some schools, Wisconsin, Dominion University, a lot of them were on the trip. And that was a huge success, And as an entrepreneur, you experience failure a lot of time. You taste how it is to work sleepless nights, put a lot of effort into something, and then it fails. You know, it feels as if you have just wasted your time. So when something works for you, you become very passionate about it, because you know how hard you've worked on it, and for it to work and for it to be a success, you are even glad it's not a waste of time. And from there, that is like the bedrock for you to build upon and implement many versions of that same idea.
So how many countries have you traveled to as a company? If you can mention some of the countries.
Currently we've been able to run most of the countries post-COVID. We've had
so let's talk about pre-COVID and then post-COVID.
Yes. Pre-COVID, we've been able to run Kenya's Nairobi. We've run post-COVID, we've run Mombasa for the same Kenya. For South Africa, we've been able to run Pretoria several times. We've run Joburg, and pre-COVID, we are working on Cape Town.
That's Dubai, post-COVID.
Post-COVID, yes. For Dubai, you know, we've run it
several times.
Yes, several times. We've run Malaysia at the moment. We've run Singapore. Yes, and we've run Bali. Yes, that was
Indonesia.
Indonesia.
Wow.
The very last package before COVID hit.
Wow.
Yeah, and till now, they are not fully open for tourism.
So you've traveled around all those places?
Yes, EduConcepts has successfully run tours to all these destinations, and we have partners there, active partners actually, that can be reactivated at any time. So if any client wants to visit these destinations, it's not an issue. There are many other destinations that we are able to deliver. Kigali, Rwanda.
My second home.
Yourself, yes, I know you like Kigali a lot. We are able to run Maldives. We are able to run many destinations. Zanzibar, for instance. Yeah, we are able to run Zanzibar. We are able to run Morocco. Yes. So many destinations are there. Once the request comes, we'll be able to run it for you.
Yeah. So finally, I want to know, what is the future of EduConcepts? What should we expect? What should my subscribers, what should my viewers expect from EduConcepts in the days ahead and in the years ahead?
The plan is not only to grow, but sustainability is part of the plan. We want to assess as much as possible. We want to be able to grow, but become sustainable. Sustainable in the sense that what we have and what we are providing is something that we feel will outlive even we, the founders. And we feel that it should be sustainable so that people can reap the benefits and keep benefiting from it. You understand? We are conscious about price, but we feel that people should be able to, services should touch lives, and people should have, intimate experiences with services. So that is the plan. We want to grow. We want to have many branches and many, we want to cross the borders of Ghana and so on.
In future, I'd want to be one of the branch managers.
That would not be a problem. Let me mention that, Albert is a very solid individual. And I think that he has a lot of prospects.
More subscribers. Subscribe to my channel. Okay. So finally, before I give my closing or concluding remarks, I want you to advise someone out there who wants to do business. Probably the person is a medical doctor, mechanical engineer, and you want to do business. You want to do something for yourself. You want to own your own money. Any advice from you as an entrepreneur to the person?
I think that my advice will not be bordered or will not be centered on the fact that you need to have a double stream of income. If you're already, specialized in these fields, you realize that you can't make it with only one source of income. The billionaires and the millionaires of this world are not salary earners, right? So you need to have something that is of your own. If you want to have something that is of your own as well, you should be prepared to do the work. You fail several times. That's the most difficult part for me. Working very hard on something, then it fails. Then you have to gather yourself up again and redo things all over until it works. That's the most painful part. So that's what you should prepare for. If you are blessed to have people to do it with, go into that. I can list multiple companies that are not single founded. They don't have one person founding it. You have partnerships. Partnerships help. You are able to ease the burden because working alone is not easy. And if you have support from families, kindly rely on it. It's rare in our settings, families want to see you. My mom, for instance, never feels I have a job because I don't until we had an office, she felt I didn't have a job. She when I say I'm working, she says you don't have an office, so you don't have a job.
I know how it feels.
Yes. So I mean, if you have
for you, it's even okay. For a YouTuber out there, you'd be like you're having a phone and walking around and you think you have a job.
Yours is even worse. Yeah, yours is even worse. But if support, you're able to get support from your family, not financial per se, but they understand what you want to do. They are compassionate about it, and they are willing to speak to you. My father speaks to me sometimes. He tells you that a crooked branch is what you stand on to cut a straight one. So
this from the votary.
So you see, these things keep you going, and it's able to help. So that would be my advice. The fact that you should be prepared to fail several times before you land on one big one, and from then on you'll be unplayable. The second one is that try and find support. If you find it from your family, go for it. If you find it from a relative, a friend, partnership, go for it. If you even find it with your girlfriend, go for it.
Okay, you mean you need a DB when it comes to girlfriend?
Yes. He has been trending for days now.
Okay. So thank you very much. This has been Time with Samson. In conclusion, I can say Samson left or dropped his degree to follow passion. He drops the degree to travel around the world. Very interesting conversation. I know you are enjoying yourself. I mean, if you have learned something, kindly drop in the comment section what you have learned from Samson's experience. And then if you want more videos like this, you can put in the comment section, and then I'll interview more people for them to share their experiences so that we can learn from them. Thank you very much for staying through the video. Come back next time for the next video. Then enjoy yourself. EduConcepts will be running a lot of activities. As I mentioned earlier, their link would be in the description button. Check out their Instagram pages and then pay for their services. You would never regret. Tell them Albert sent you for a discount. Thank you very much. See you some other time.
Bye.